ahead.
Anime America Podcast. Live. Episode 3. I'm doing 6 right now. Or like West Side.
No idea.
Yeah. Live. Episode 3. I'm Brad, aka the Balding Ewok. And the Queen of Anime America Podcast. Robin Moore. And we have a guest today, I think, supposedly.
Yeah, we were seeing the link to Strider. He was responding earlier, but we think something might have gone amiss. Like, I sent him a message last night just to remind him, and he's like, absolutely, I'll be there. Like, I was like, hey, so for tomorrow at 11 a.m., said, thanks for reminding me. Yep, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Suits me fine. And I was like, sounds awesome. And I sent him the link to the podcast, and for some reason, he's not getting out.
Okay. We'll survive. Hopefully.
We'll make it happen. We send him the link, so any minute he can like just come right in and just join us, and we'll have some fun with him.
Jason Griffith's like, where's Strider? And I'm like, dude, we don't know. He's supposed to be here. He's got a whole hour and a half to make it, so hopefully he'll come on. We hopes.
I want to see if he's actually awake. I'll try calling him.
Yeah, try calling him live.
Hey, Strider, did I get you in the shower? Well, we said 11 a.m.
It's 10:30.
Oh, time difference.
You got it wrong. Live.
Oh, oh dear.
Womp,
No,
womp,
I'm sorry. I forgot. Like, you guys were an hour behind. Take your time. We're just answering questions, and we also bought Jackbox 7 if you're interested. Hello? I think he freaked out because I mentioned Jackbox 7.
Oh. What? He can get
he
ready.
Passed out because he's like, Jackbox 7. Strider is on his way. I just didn't realize there was a time difference. Sorry about that. Should be in a few minutes. Yep. So Strider will be here in a few minutes. I just forgot that, like, I was like, come on, it's 11. He's like, it's 10:30 here.
Yeah.
I forgot that there's a 1 hour time difference. Isn't there another super chat?
Yes. Oh, man. I thought it popped.
I can show it. See,
okay, go ahead. You do it. Whoop.
Yeah.
Blackout Chris says, I just finished Penguin Highway and then noticed you were on, so hi. I put this up because what is Penguin Highway?
I don't know Penguin Highway.
Is it an anime or I guess? Is it a game?
I've heard of Mawaru Penguin Drum, but I've never heard of Penguin Highway.
Neither.
Watch it be the same thing.
Could be.
Oh, it's that movie. I have yet to see it. It got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
And yet it only got like 7.1 out of 10 out of IMDb. What the frick? And then My Anime List, 7.7. The thing is with My Anime List, I never take them seriously anymore because, and it's not because of like how Interspecies Reviewers was voted number 1. No. It's because it just feels like they have a bias for Fullmetal Alchemist. That they'll allow the FMA fandom to keep Fullmetal Alchemist as the number 1 rated anime of all time. And it was almost dethroned by Your Name, which is like a really good movie.
Yeah.
But then the FMA fandom just came in, bombarded that movie with some downvotes saying, no, it's not as good as FMA. And FMA Brotherhood got the number 1 title again. And when Interspecies Reviewers came out and Funimation was saying, no, we have the rights to it, but we're not going to dub it and we're not going to release it because we have standards. Nuxtaku decided to have his army raid my anime list and vote interspecies reviewers as the #1 anime of all time. And for a brief moment, it worked. But then my anime list was like, say, oh, we have to like change the system now. And I'm like, hold up. You didn't change the system when the FMA fandom bombarded your name. But because we're having fun with this website that you're allowing fans to vote for, so it's a flawed system to begin with. You're allowing fans to vote for their opinions and show their opinions. Now you want to change it because interspecies reviewers, for a brief moment in time, was declared as the #1 anime.
Wow. I guess I'm
so if
gonna
they're
have to
giving
watch
something like Penguin Highway a 7.7 out of 10, it's probably because the FMA fandom was like, you're not better than Fullmetal Alchemist.
So that's 2 I gotta check out, I guess. Penguin Highway. And what was that other one you're talking about?
The other movie, Your Name? Oh, yeah, you gotta watch Interspecies Reviewers.
I've seen, I loved Your Name. I just need to see.
Tell them, guys. Tell them that Interspecies Reviewers is the #1 anime of all time. Tell them. Come on.
All right.
Anime 2020.
We got Super Chat. Hold on. Gotta find the Super Chat. WRBY. Is there a short way of saying that? Is it Ruby?
It's Ruby.
Ruby
Yes,
Moon
Ruby.
Rose. Hey, girlfriend. It's Laura. Did you see the trailer for Shield Hero Season 2? What animes are your favorite this year so far? And
Interspecies Reviewers.
Hold on. Okay, let's do it one thing at a time. She said,
Okay.
Did you see the trailer for Shield Hero Season 2?
I did not.
Okay. Then, next question. What animes are your favorite this year so far?
Interspecies Reviewers.
Okay. So I'm bad because this is the 3rd episode. I haven't watched it yet. Okay. Where do I watch it on Hulu or do I have to do
I don't think you
Crunchyroll?
can because Funimation pretty much held the they were supposed to I don't know, guys, because I haven't been on Funimation's website in a long time. Are they streaming Interspecies Reviewers yet? If not, then Brad has to be a pirate. Don't think they have the rights anymore. Oh yeah, that's right. They gave the rights over to Right Stuff Anime. So I think next month you might be able to watch it through Right Stuff Anime or even buy the DVD for it. To which once I heard the news, I just shared it all over Twitter saying you will support Right Stuff Anime. They are doing the right thing.
Can I put up your screen? Or does it matter?
Yeah, sure, I can show you I can show you that. Not much to see, but you can see the poster that they left for Interspecies Reviewers when they go to the cat brothel.
Yes, Robert Griven. I've seen episode 1 of Animaniacs reboot, and I think Robin said she watched all of it.
Yep, I watched all of it.
Pretty funny. So was it better or as good as the original?
It's a little watered down to me. There's still a few jokes that nailed it out of the park. Some outdated references, like they had Pinky run in and shout Leroy Jenkins, and I'm like, okay. I think just Rob Paulson thought that was cool for Pinky to do, and it's just like it's a little outdated, but okay, it's pretty adorable.
Yeah.
It's just the Animaniacs with Pinky in the Brain, and sometimes they'll have animated skits here and there, like they usually do. But there's no Slappy Squirrel, there's no Rita and Run, Buttons and Minnie, the Good Pigeons, Mr. Mime, Good Idea, Bad Idea.
I like the pigeons.
Yeah.
Did you like Pinky and the Brain?
Not as much as everyone else did. Like I preferred the episodes with the Warner Brothers and their sister. I love the Rita and Runt ones. Slappy Squirrel was my favorite character. And the Good Pigeons were pretty good too. Pinky and the Brain was like a hit or miss for me.
Alex
everybody
Smith
going crazy
said,
about Animaniacs all of a sudden? It's not that good.
Alex Smith.
Which Animaniacs are you talking about?
Yeah.
If it's like OG Animaniacs, get out.
Alex Smith's like, why is everybody going crazy about Animaniacs all of a sudden? It's not that good. It's okay. You're entitled to an opinion. I don't know. It's okay to me. Oh, I think
the original show, I just loved it. I loved it as a kid, and just rewatching it again just understanding all the references. Like, hey, I can't believe they got away with that.
Jerome Slicker says in Japan, someone built a life-size Gundam for $18 million, and it fully works.
Yeah,
That's
does.
Insane. Hey, we got somebody.
Yay!
Sorry about that. Difference in times between Queensland and New South Wales.
It's okay.
My bad, Brad.
It's Robin's fault.
It's
entirely.
my fault.
So how are we doing?
Well, hello, PhantomStrider. I'm Brad, the balding Ewok. Robin told me a little bit about you.
Strider, this is the guy who helped me start Anime America.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
wow. Oh,
I'm an OG. Yeah. So, for those who may not know who you are, why don't you tell us about yourself, sir?
I run a YouTube channel and I talk about cartoons and video games and other weird things, generally in a listicle format, as they say, top 10 list format. And yeah, I'm known for saying howdy. Howdy.
See, I told you, Brad.
Oh.
Strider, they were also asking us about our opinions on the new Animaniacs. Have you seen it?
No, because it's not available in Australia yet, I haven't actually I've had to work really hard. Like, I tried to get Hulu, but I even tried to use Hulu using a proxy, and they were like, no, we don't accept Australian credit cards or debit cards.
That's weird, because I was able to watch it on Hulu.
Wait, you were able to watch it on Hulu?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. I don't think I used my VPN.
You want me to bring your screen up?
Yeah, sure. This is not brought to you by... Wait, they brought the Weakest Link back?
Yeah, it's got Jane Lynch. I'm not a fan of Jane Lynch.
It's hit or miss. I liked her character from Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes, she's great in Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, what is my dad watching? OG Star Trek. Okay, Dad.
Okay,
Pretty
so
sure I watched Animaniacs on my dad's account. Where did it go? I was able to watch all of it.
there's animation. Oh, okay. Animaniacs.
It wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't available in Australia.
Yeah, I just feel like you could use the VPN.
Did they like do that the last second? Because a few days after it aired, I actually did watch it.
That's weird. I mean, that's the thing is, like, in Australian Netflix, there'll be things I'll look up and, like, I'll see, oh, I like watching that. And, you know, a month later, I suddenly can't watch them. And it's like, oh, great. Unless it's a Netflix original, it's likely to disappear.
Yeah. We have
a
a super chat. I'm going to bring it up. Lauren Tunkin. My baby brother Rex is severely disabled, but he loves your videos. He gets a lot of stares and people making comments about him and bullying him, yet your videos always bring a smile to his face. So I want to thank you all. I think she's talking about PhantomStrider mostly, but I'll take some of the credit.
You're most welcome, Lauren. It's please say hello to your brother Rex for me. That's just that's such a privilege to me. It's the most important part of my job, and thank you for that comment. It means a lot.
Yeah, that's great.
I wonder if I get better lighting if I turn that on. No, I still look like a fellow in the dark.
Do you have a pair of headphones? I can hear myself repeating.
Yeah, sure. Where are my headphones?
I don't know.
I have those headphones.
Yay!
Put them over here. No, it kind of...
Looks like you got a microphone like I do. Like one of these.
What's that you got there?
What is it called?
Blue
the
Yeti?
Blue Yeti.
Ooh,
Yep.
I got a Blue Yeti too. Oh,
I love Yetis.
Good choice. It gives us that sort of reverberation effect.
Yeah. Makes me sound a lot better than I do in real life, which is great.
Yeah. Makes us sound sophisticated and like we know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Robin, you see my kitty over there?
Oh, hello,
Almost
kitty.
out of battery power.
Like, this is my chair.
Can you hear us okay?
I can hear you fine and clear.
Great.
So what is on the agenda for chatting about today? Or whatever the podcast does.
I'm just so weirded out how, like, I can't watch Animaniacs on Hulu, even though last week I did.
No
Oh, they took it
Animaniacs
off.
for you. I noticed
That's
they
so weird.
haven't... I was just chatting with my American friend Matt yesterday, Luigi fan, and I noticed when he was showing his window that he was getting a lot of advertisements for Animaniacs, but I certainly haven't seen any advertisements for Animaniacs in Australia. Like, you can't have it. We don't want your stinking money, Australia.
Keith Montague says, greetings, Robin and Bob and Ewok. Just wanted to ask if you have seen the series. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life yet?
That's a long name for a series.
Wow.
Yeah, Japan's been making a lot of long name series.
I haven't seen that.
Adventure's Time
It
started the trend.
sounds familiar-ish. It's probably just another isekai, but this character's overpowered, and he's just like, I didn't want to be overpowered. Whee! Yeah, we could just keep answering comments and then talk a little bit about maybe
Somebody
modern
give us
animation.
a good topic.
Like with the topic of like Animaniacs, people are saying that like it's okay for what it is. So maybe we could talk about like reboots or maybe comparing modern animation to classic animation.
Sounds good. Whatever you guys would like. I know I threw you off a bit by being of different time schedules, but whatever you're going to discuss before, you feel free to do it. Or you could have been... Sorry I haven't seen Animaniacs, if that was the discussion.
Oh, no. Just talking about animation in general, just comparing it to, back when it felt like so alive and fresh and we remember it fondly, and then when they bring it back, it's like... Suddenly, it's just not as good. I think like the only one that I think that was just as good as they remember was the new Rocko's Modern Life movie. But anything else that tried to reboot or continue the series, it just didn't feel the same. So, what are your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, I'll just answer this question. Sorry, I just missed one. How are things in Australia today, Strider?
Yeah.
From Matt Haddison. Oh, hi, Matt Haddison. Things are fine in the Australia the last couple of days. We're actually very lucky in Queensland and Australia, as our COVID cases are much, 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 much lower. Yeah, it's to the point where it's actually safe to see our loved ones right now and go for a swim. And I still like to socially distance in the forest just as a good habit, but yeah, we're very fortunate here, and we're looking upon America saying, oh dear, oh dear. But, that being said, for other reasons, I'm very happy for America, but we won't get into that.
Fair enough. Yeah, on the subject on classic and modern animation and reboots, your thoughts, Strider?
I'd say there's been some good positive exceptions to it. I'd say the DuckTales reboot was considerably better than the original. Even with nostalgia goggles, it was better. Like it's just no way to not say that. To me, anyway, I shouldn't say there's no way to not say, but to me, I really think the new DuckTales is better. As a reboot, it's sort of like what I consider the example of a good reboot. I feel SpongeBob season 11, I know it's inevitable I go to SpongeBob, but I've been talking about him a lot lately, so he's on my mind. I've been looking at sort of seasons 1 to 3 and 4, 5, 6, and we're up to, I think, season 11 now. And To be fair, a new list, I'm doing a lot of the SpongeBob episodes from season 11 and making it. And that's, and I really think the quality of that one is, and it's like, it's good. It's still much higher quality. Like season 6 to 8, sort of midterm, were pretty average. But oh wait, that's not a reboot though, is it? That's just a continuing series over like 20 years.
At the same time, like when it comes to like continuing shows like SpongeBob and The Simpsons and South Park, does their quality dilute over the years?
Well, I think that actually comes down to differing opinion right there. It can also be whether we like the message or not. Personally, I don't like the direction. Like, I don't like South Park nowadays. I've been watching a lot of South Park seasons 1 to 3, actually, and just sort of saying, it was so much simpler. They could just talk about a simple subject, and I didn't have to look up a Wikipedia article to tell me whatever message they were trying to tell me.
Yeah.
And like everyone wasn't overreacting, and they weren't constantly making fun of people for caring. And I know we're very pro South Park messages and stuff, but like here, but like I find it harder to sort of work with those newer episodes. It's too heavy. It's just too difficult to enjoy for me. But that is not actually animation based. Like obviously animation improved. I think that's more to do with the writers than simply a seasonal rot.
Mm-hmm. Badre Bali is asking all of us if we're watching Moriarty the Pirate. The Patriot? The Patriot.
The Patriot. I've never heard of it.
I'd rather watch Moriarty the Pirate.
Arr, sure.
That's what I thought. My brain was just saying pirate. It said Patriot.
Let's see.
What about The Great Pretender? Anybody know what that is?
No.
What's that?
Yeah, Art Tech Low Po 2.0. What is
Matt
Great
Henderson
Pretender?
Also brought up the new Mickey Mouse shorts. Have you seen those?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I think like
I said no, I haven't.
Disney's been trying to like monetize on their property, and like Mickey Mouse is like an icon for the Disney Corporation, and all of a sudden they were just like, we need to like bring him back into the spotlight, make sure the little kids know who Mickey Mouse is. So they make this little mini series trying to bring Mickey back to his mischievous roots back in the 1920s age, where he was just clowning around, playing with everything, being mischievous, etc. So we're trying to bring that spirit back and kind of give a retro but still modern look to his appearance. And they even made a ride with that show.
Yeah, like I've really enjoyed it so far myself. I'd say that's a really good reboot myself. That's a great example. I think I did worst and best cartoon reboots about 2 years ago, and I think that was one of those ones I added because like the comedy's good, it's smart, it's adapted with the age. I like the animation style. It doesn't feel too like vectorized, yet still feels traditional. I like the modern take on Minnie and Mickey, yet still feels positive and aware of their original roots. I think the new Mickey Mouse is fantastic myself. Like whenever I watch it, I really enjoy it. It's not too long. It adapts to the fact that we like 5-10 minute episodes now. I hear mixed complaints, particularly about 4 years ago when I was doing worst Disney Channel cartoons. But
I think so.
Personally, I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Yes, it is, Martha. Hello. What are your thoughts on the Plunderer?
Oh yeah, Liliham gave us a super chat question. What are your thoughts on the anime Plunderer? I love it. I want a season 2. I don't recall that one.
No, I can't say I've heard that myself.
If it's a 2020 anime, I haven't seen it yet. Like I barely watched any of the 2020 lineup. Oh hey, look, it's Martha.
Hello,
Martha.
Is that the PhantomStrider? Yes.
The PhantomStrider. I am a PhantomStrider.
Oh, not the. Just
no, I'm not the.
Dark Sorceress says, I have a question. Will you ever make a top 10 or 5 list about the best and worst Italian cartoons.
I already did Dark Sorceress a couple of years ago, but I took it down because it was one of the worst things I ever saw. But a group of people in Italy started doxing and attacking kind of the creators of those cartoons on my behalf, which I say in big quotes because I told them over and over, I don't endorse this. I had to speak to the creators of the Italian cartoons who were reaching out to me, telling me, who are these people and why are they using your email? It was just such a disaster that I permanently had to unlist it just to say I don't endorse this. Because when I tried 6 months later putting because I was really proud of that one. I had a lot of fun with it. And when I tried putting it back up, I was emailed again by these horrible, horrible people saying like, oh, we see because you put it back up, you endorse us again. We're so happy to see it. And it was such a disaster. I had to permanently get rid of it. It was just so sad, but
that is sad. Some people.
I know some people, and, it's the worst thing is when they're doing something horrible in your name, and that is completely against what I push on my channel, the message of just a card. It's just my silly personal opinion. You don't need to attack real people over this.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oof.
I mean, that's what happened with PewDiePie when that one guy in New Zealand went on a shooting spree in Churchland, I think, and he was saying like, subscribe to PewDiePie or something.
Ew.
And of course, the media was attacking PewDiePie for it. And it's just like, he had nothing to do with this. Felix did not tell this kid to like go on a shooting spree in Churchland, but the media was like, oh, but PewDiePie is the bigger name. We're going to just talk about PewDiePie and how it's linked to this. And it's like, it was like the most disgraceful day in media where a national tragedy happened in New Zealand. And many people died that day, but we're talking about PewDiePie.
The problem is, YouTubers say that automatically at the end, in their videos, and not even really thinking about what happened in their thing. It's just automatic, and so they're just putting PewDiePie on there for clickbait, like PewDiePie and natural tragedy, and then ruining his.
It's almost like you should make your subscribers think about what you're telling them rather than just repeating it over and over.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Words of wisdom from PhantomStrider.
Here's another super chat.
Sorry, you click that again.
What do you think of Sinful Gear, and do you have any favorite songs from it? I barely got to watch it, but it seems like a lot of the songs are really, really good. I need to try to watch Sinful Gear.
What is it about?
Good question.
There's so
it
many.
looks like it's based in the future, but they're still idling. Like, there's still girls that like work hard to become singing idols, and then the performances that they do is just pretty cool. Ooh, Strider, you want to do this one?
Well, we did. Robert and I did best and worst Pokemon movies, which I really enjoyed. It was good to put on the Ash hat and stuff. And honestly, though, I said this in my live stream the other day. Over the years, I've kind of arm twisted Robin into talking about Pokemon. Like, I bought her the game, and like she was just like, I don't really like it, but thank you. And it's like,
not that I don't like it. It's just like I never
like
got into the games. Like, I remember collecting the cards back when I was a kid because that's what everyone did. But the games, I would just give them a chance and just be like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. You moved on. The poker craze ended for you, and
but
like
I did get Armor, Isle of Armor, and Crown of Tundra.
Me too.
So,
Yeah.
I did do the Armor one. I had to do the Tundra one next, but then Thanksgiving happened on Animal Crossing, so I was just like, hey.
Oh, I see you on Switch. I know Animal Crossing is what you love.
It gives me the happy feels.
I had someone mentioning about the Animal Crossing avatars the other day. I was like, yeah, that's totally Robin. It's her little personal touch.
They actually added more emotes, so hopefully later on today I can record all the new ones.
Oh, nice.
There's one where you're actually taking selfies. Like, click, 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 click.
I want to throw this up and ask if this works. Henry Stephen Ray is like, I dare you to review 2009 Astro Boy movie.
I keep forgetting that exists.
Does that work? I mean,
I
like
saw that one.
There are people on here who are saying please do, and they're repeating their comments to try and get them seen. But this guy dares you. Does that work? Does the daring work better than the other?
I wish it did. It's like dares are an impulsive thing, and the problem with us making videos is if you put effort into them, they're not really impulsive. So you can say, okay, to do this dare, I'm going to sit down for a week, write this script out, write my thoughts, do the voice acting, get the takes right, get the video editing right, make sure it's all put together, make sure there are no bugs, and a week later, I finished that dare. But it takes away from the whole impulsive aspect of a dare, you know?
Yeah.
I just see that through. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. You go ahead.
I know, that's what I was talking about. It's just funny watching everyone try and get our attention. Was Senpai? Notice me, Senpai.
Yeah. Like, I have a lot of people saying, can you do this? Can you do that? And it's like, because I had so many people leave Anime America, I had like a whole bunch of Patreon requests that they were supposed to help me do, but it never got done. So eventually, I have like 10 more to go. I had to review Captain Tyler. I had to review Twin Star Exorcist, Night on the Galactic Railroad, Beast King Go Lion.
Wow.
Medaka Box, Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence.
That's
good. Old. Tex No Lies. Heaven's Lost Property. Oh, God. I thought that was Technolize.
Yeah, Technolize. It had an X in it.
I like it. It's good.
Psychopaths and Mermaid Melody. Those are the 10 that I have to review. And I will sometimes throw in a new review in there to, contribute to the algorithm.
Right.
Like Rise of the Shield Hero and Inch-Piece reviewers were not part of my Patreon request, but because it was trending and the episodes weren't that long to get through, I watched them and gave my thoughts about them, and the page views are pretty darn good. But I try my best with these Patreon ones, and a lot of them are like they're out of factory date. I can't find the DVDs for them unless I pay hundreds of dollars for them, and I try, watching it through live streaming, but there's not live streaming through like streaming websites. They're not there, so it's like you have no choice but to pirate, which you try not to, but it's always a last case scenario. And now they're trying to gun down on pirating. It's like, well, then I can't watch or review this show.
That makes it difficult. I still think, if I were to ask the commenters here, would you forgive Robin if she put out a public message and said, I can't review any of these anymore. It's stifling my time working on my other projects, which I need in order to actually get some attention from the algorithm. It's really important to me that I put some of these projects aside and just have to apologize to my patrons. I'm sure they would forgive you. They'd be like, oh, we understand completely. Thank you for the honest message. Because I'd love to see you just cut that down by half, at least, just so you can focus on other things. Because I've known you talking about these reviews you're catching up on for like a year, 2 years now, and that and work and everything else. I just love to see that out of your schedule and just able to focus on what you want to review on the channel and what actually will get a little bit more attention, what your subscribers want, and that sort of thing.
I mean, it's like a good idea at the very beginning when I had more people on the team and be like, okay, you do this one, you do that one, I'll do this one. And it was a way for us to take a break from popular shows to watch other things that people would want to maybe have us take a look at, take into consideration. But when everyone left and I'm just stuck with this pile and I'm trying my best to, because they paid for these things and I want to do my best to give them what they want. But
thank you, Ice-T. Long Island Iced Tea would forgive you. Could definitely, completely would forgive you.
Yay.
Yeah.
I just remember getting a few emails from some of the Patreon supporters saying hey, how come my Patreon request is taking this long? And I just have to tell them that I'm sorry, it's taking this long because I have to, I had to do this by myself now. And for the most part, they're understanding. I had to bump up the JoJo one because the kid was getting Like he was like, I requested this like 2 years ago and it's still not there. And I was just like, well, I just finished my latest Patreon request. I'll tend to this one next, because I think JoJo was somewhere in the middle. But I was like, you know, if this kid's gonna go above and beyond to email me and voice his concern that like, hey, I haven't gotten my request yet, then I explained to them what was going on. But I was like, tell you what, yours is next.
You know what you could do? You could do a live stream where all the remaining requests, you say, okay, this is my apology. I'm just going to talk about each one here and there. And that way you don't have to worry about editing time and all that other sort of thing. You could just say, and that way they are being directly spoken to, so they're certainly getting their money's worth on live stream or video, saying like remaining Patreon requests, and you can put their name up on the side. And no, I feel like there is a compromise you could make.
Yeah, maybe you could do all of them in one video and kind of not put the full...
Doesn't it seem a bit impersonal, though? Like, because I've done single reviews for... I've done, like, single reviews for all the others. Why do I have to bunch the rest of them?
Because life isn't fair, and compromise happens, particularly... Explain at the start what happened with your team shrinking down. You've told me not the full story necessarily, but a lot of the story, and what's happened was really rough on you. So, like, I don't know, whenever I hear about it, I tend to think there is a definite compromise where you could say, okay, this person, say their name out loud, show their title, requested this. So I'm going to talk about this, yada, 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 yada. Okay, and it's a compromise over saying I can't do them if you really do want to do them. But if you said you couldn't do them and publicly apologized or something, I'm sure they would understand that. Because the thing is that that's how we eat. We eat partially eat by, put food on the table by talking about top 10 lists or whatever our subscribers want us to talk about, so.
Yeah, I had like someone here just ask me, when's the next top 10 list coming out? It's like, it's supposed to be today. After I'm done with this, I'm going to like grab some lunch and just get to work editing. But,
poor thing.
But I like it. It's fun. Yeah, Strider, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I got to read this out for the audio podcast people. Joshua Eckenrider said, "Hey Strider, what are your thoughts on Netrunner?"
Robin asked me on Twitter. Asked me on Twitter the other day. One, I like the fact that I like the voice acting team behind the show. I think they do a fantastic job. I think it's wonderful to see some Australian production in terms of animation. Just the fact we can see that. I think it's a genre that personally doesn't interest me too much, which is that I think it's a genre that interests more generally the 13 to 19 crowd at the moment, which is the online universe crowd, being exceptionally good at gaming and that sort of thing. I'm partially I'm almost Generation X. I'm sort of on the cusp of millennial, so it just wasn't really a thing that interests me. It's a bit like Sword Art. The concept doesn't interest me in terms of the story, but as I mentioned, I love the fact that my friend Robin, is able to play Theo. I so want to see her get her own series on it. I like the fact that they're bringing her into production now on any level, as long as they treat her well. And you know what I mean. Good. So yeah, as long as all that works out, I'm completely supporting him, even if I don't personally have a huge interest in just keeping up with the show. I'm just happy that Robin's getting work and she's working for a good cause of Australian production.
Thank you. But yeah, compared to my other job and Glitch, it's just I never want to leave Glitch. They tell me everything that I need to improve on, but also praise me for the things that they really, really like. I'll go through my notes and they'll be like, okay, you need to cut this out, do this joke a bit better, but also they'll say, I like that one. But they're open to ideas. I feel hesitant when addressing my ideas because of how conditioned I was with Luna Park, where it just felt like, I'm just there to do my job, and if I have any questions, they'll think about it, but they never really do. And it gets to a point where I'm not trying to bash Luna Park here or anything. It just gets to a point where people don't really say anything to the managers or ask anything to the managers because it just feels like, why bother? So I conditioned myself to not really seek out help, but I need to stop that. I need to, tell my managers that like, hey, I'm having trouble with this, or hey, can you help me with this? And they're more than happy to help. I just get so used to my old bosses just being like, you know what to do. You remember your training. It's just like, yeah, but I just wanted clarification on something. And sometimes they just get like bothered when I ask. And it's like, this is why sometimes people mess up because we're too afraid to ask you.
Well, communication is so important on our team, certainly in online web work, even just when you've worked with me, Robin, like knowing how it is going, time schedule, that sort of thing. If you're having trouble with something, if something isn't working, like, I don't know, maybe it's a generational difference, but I always like to have my team, in complete communication. So, I can help if need be, that sort of thing. It's not just a hierarchy, it's a team. I never call like people... I always call my team members because we're working together to make something for others, and it's very important when you see it that way,
Yeah. Communication, people. If you're not sure of something, reach out, no matter what the person's reacting.
Darlick 5451 says, Robin Strider, I write fan fiction. What's your opinion on fan fiction? And then says, I hope you don't bash it because it's a passion of mine. So watch your tone.
Yeah. Like, fan fiction is fine. Like, everyone's got a hobby. You do what you want to do. I just don't like it when you take your fan fiction and try to make the original creator change their idea towards their own property. Like what they did with Voltron and with Powerpuff Girls 2016 with how one of the writers kind of wrote himself into the story and then made Blossom have a huge crush on him.
So terrible.
It was so creepy. Or like, kitty.
Yeah.
A cat has invaded Brad's space.
Crawling all over.
Or what they did with Voltron, where they made so many fanfictions with some of the characters having relationships with each other. And you're rising up, Strider.
I am.
Oh.
Rise. I just felt like standing up. I got a standing desk.
That's okay. Yeah, you fit.
Whoa.
You fit better in the screen now.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
But with Voltron, they were doing their own thing, and then the community pretty much hijacked. I think like there were some hackers that actually stole some of the episodes and said they pretty much threatened the creators, saying, "Make some of the characters gay, or we'll release your episodes earlier than planned. Like we'll give them away for free." And it's like, hold up, stop.
Isn't that a shame, That brings a bad...
And they tried to, ride on the whole shipping war, where it's just like, they were trying to hint at maybe some of the characters are in a relationship, and they were like, hey, this character's boyfriend is going to make his grand appearance in this episode. He made a 1-second cameo, was then shown that this character died, and they're like, see, representation. It's like...
Yeah, that was sad. That was a cop-out.
It was such a cop-out. And they kept dragging and teasing that the two main characters be in a relationship, but it went nowhere. And it's like, you dragged us along and made us think that this was going to happen. And at the end of the whole series, that they just made one of the characters have a wedding with a character we never met before. And it's like, what is this?
Yeah. I don't know why, but a lot of people are talking about SpongeBob anime. Jason brought that up.
If I could quickly, because I watched the SpongeBob movie recently, if that's referring to, but in terms of fan fiction, I just got to say, I think it very much depends on where your experiences come from in fan fiction. Most of my experiences in fan fiction actually have to do with creepypastas, because I read a lot of fan fiction, particularly by my friend Hoodoo Hoodlum's Revenge, who reads out bad creepypastas, and even some of the worst of the creepypastas I enjoy. Because the thing about fan fiction that's so cool is that it brings to life these characters, in other people's minds. And part of how these characters, these fictional characters, are brought to life is through the minds of others. They're more alive. That's one of the best quotes from South Park I've heard, actually. One of characters are most alive, that are fictional because they're alive in everyone's minds. So I've got really good experiences with fan fiction personally. I really like it.
Okay, back to the SpongeBob anime. I'm not sure the anime was referring to the movie. I think somebody actually literally made a SpongeBob anime.
I think that's what they're talking about.
Strider's like, SpongeBob anime?
Google!
Oh. SpongeBob anime. Bubble Bass arc.
What?
Oh, this looks really stupid.
And Robin, bring it up on screen so I can pull it up.
SpongeBob anime. Yeah, the Bubble Bass arc.
Oh.
Can you see my screen?
Oh wow!
I clicked on the audio.
Wait, that's a joke.
No,
I think someone actually. Yeah,
it's a 14 million view joke.
Yeah.
With multiple episodes.
SpongeBob.
I would watch this. Are we gonna get muted? That's the secret recipe.
Someone actually did an English dub of it.
Wow. I would watch it. I want to watch it. I think I will watch it after this.
I just wouldn't believe SpongeBob would sound like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, the voice acting, though, just...
He'd be more like Luffy.
Yeah, that is true, though. It's funny the first time, but then if every episode is so serious...
It's a novelty. That's the thing, is, apparently some people are enjoying it, but I feel like it's just capitalizing upon the SpongeBob name in some ways.
Yeah.
They're just trying to make a serious JoJo style anime with SpongeBob, which I get the joke.
I feel like we've seen a million of those because we grew up with anime. I've seen enough anime to see that serious take. It's I don't know. I like SpongeBob because it is SpongeBob. I'd actually really like to see a more silly anime based on SpongeBob.
Right. That's what I thought it was, but if every episode is like that serious, then okay. I think we have... did we get to this super chat? Did we do this?
Oh, we did not. Since you are a writer, how do I write 3-dimensional characters in my stories? Honestly, just look around you. Base your characters off of awesome people that let's study their habits, their traits, what makes them tick. Also give them motivation, what makes them do the things that they do. Make them relatable, make them understandable. It's always fun to see characters do the things that they do, but you also understand why. A lot of the things that people were discussing with Lux from Meta Runners, he's just an evil corporate bad guy who just doesn't want people to get in the way of his business, and he's striving to be the number one tech company in all of Silica City and possibly the world. And that's what his motivation is, to get Tari, find out how she does what she does, and use it to improve his company. And people just see him as a typical evil bad guy, which I kind of get it, but I think the more that we watch with season 2, not going to spoil anything, but I think there's going to be more to Lux that you'll see. And the more that you add, the more background and also personality, obviously. There are some characters that you're just you're not relatable. You're just doing that because you're overpowered and you got this power and you just pretty much Rey Skywalker.
Yeah.
Or just...
I think I was just going to say, I think it's also important to make sure... I have a writer friend of mine. When he first was writing scripts, he realized after he'd written some scripts that all of his characters, they were all the same character, and they were basically him as each of those characters. So he had to start thinking about, okay, this is like my aunt or whatever, or this character's like my brother, and start writing them that way. And just I think that's one thing is to keep them three-dimensional is make sure they're not show how they're different from the other characters.
And also show, don't tell. Do a lot with action. Don't have the characters talk about their motivation, talk about, the story or the elements that you're supposed to understand. The more that you do that, the more boring it is. So have your actions speak louder than words. Strider?
Very similar thoughts. I tend to find that in the bit I've written, I've actually been helping my dad with some of his writing recently because he started writing. But it reminds me of theater in a way when you're writing a character because you're drawing upon your experiences, your emotions, and you're using your empathy to say, how would I be feeling in that situation? How would I write that? And that's similar to what people do, some people anyway, do in theater when they think of characters or people they know to make them three-dimensional. It's, drawing upon, and like you said, Robin, minimal words should be spoken. You look at something like Christopher Nolan, not all his films, but some of his films would just have massive exposition dump. And you look at something like Avengers where you say, oh, how much can be told to me in just a few words? I feel writing is done when it's not when there's nothing to add, but when there's nothing to remove. We want to cut down the words as much as possible to get the message across and not drag ourselves in, because it's so easy to what I call flounder on in writing, to continue endlessly, but I think learning the discipline to cut down your writing is one of the hardest parts, but most important.
I watched a film that my friend made recently because I know two Australian independent directors. There's a scene where this one character, she's just gotten over a serious breakup and she's coping with the loss. I've been in this relationship for 3 years, but it just didn't work out for me. It didn't click with me. I just kept questioning, why am I in this relationship? But, you could have taken the one scene where her ex calls her to try to get her help, and she could just be all oh no, it's my ex-boyfriend, the guy that I broke up with, I've been in love with for 3 years, and I broke up with him. Don't do that. All this we got to know. Respond? Yeah, just see her response, and she just sees the picture, him calling and his picture on her screen, and she's oh God, it's him.
Maybe she still has a leftover picture on her fridge of her ex or something, and she looks a bit frustrated or crumples it up when she sees it. Give an indicator without speaking that makes us go, oh. You look at something like a good example is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. The beginning of that, when we look at Eddie Valiant and his office, we can tell because he's drinking that he's been down in his luck. We can tell that he's an ex-cop. He's probably been out for a while. He doesn't look like he has another job because he has no money and has to catch the bus. All of those are told with minimal detail. And we see a few of his pictures and paper clips, so we know his brother is dead. A lot of points we can say without actually saying anything.
I saw Valerian the movie.
You guys can keep answering comments, and I will get Jackbox set up. We'll get the newest one ready.
Okie dokie. Joshua Farney, I was on that Meta Runner, Robin, and I am trying to find the anime you and your husband voiced for.
Well, your grammar's getting better, Josh. Keep it up.
I didn't expect my question to be read out. Thanks a lot, guys. Sure. Dalek.
Huzzah.
Okay. Trying to find questions. There's so many.
It does sound like birds, doesn't it? Very nice.
What is that?
That's my game for some reason.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm trying to get it windowed. You can mute me if you need me to.
I like the birdies.
I like the background.
Birdies.
If you can answer a question, Robin, while you're doing that, Long Island Iced Tea wants to know what anime you straight up refuse to review/watch.
Conception. I watched the first episode and just went, nope, I'm out.
Well, once where all three of us are in, maybe the other commenters would like to join in. I think he's a cat, Alex. Assume he's a cat, isn't he?
He's a cabbit.
You talking about
He's a cabbit.
Pokemon's question? Have you seen the new Digimon series? And if so, your thoughts?
I still remember the 90s Digimon. I really enjoyed the last season of that, actually. One of my favorite cartoons characters that started bad and became good was the guy who ran the Control Spires. And he was a really interesting story, what happened to his brother. And he made it himself a very multi-layered character because we see naturally when a character goes from bad to good, we tend to get a bit more of an understanding of them because we see them through a really interesting moral dilemma. Yeah, so that was completely off topic, but yeah, that's something about Digimon I liked.
I'm trying to make it a windowed version. Oh, there we go. Yay! I windowed it. Cool. So I can still.
Oh yeah, you can change if you remove the screen share. You can share your screen of just being that program or that window.
That's what I plan on doing.
The eternal window.
I think you have to stop the screen share and then come back.
Have you considered a little background music in the future, Robin? Something just a little couple of tunes lined up just to bop away on. I find in a couple of live streams I've seen they do that, and it doesn't have to be too intrusive, but maybe just chuck it down to about minus 20 decibels so it's just in the back. Maybe minus 24. You know me, and obsessive about audio levels. But yeah, that might be something helpful.
I guess we could find some on YouTube that...
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Isn't this cool, guys?
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the new games. We have Quiplash 3. The threequel to the Say Anything party game. Answer the prompts and make your friends laugh. So basically they ask a couple of questions and we give our best answer. It could be like a smart answer or a funny answer, a truthful answer, and the audience votes for the funniest one or the best one to them.
Yeah, Quiplash. That's what I was...
Sounds fun.
Devils in the detail. You're a family of devils who move to an average suburb. Can you survive daily torture of human life?
That sounds kind of interesting.
I
like
Champed
all
up.
these so far.
Enter the Scrollaseum, where characters fight over weird titles. Can you take down the heavy favorite? So I think it gives you a superhero name, and you have to draw the superhero. Talking points. Give a speech about pictures you haven't seen before. It doesn't matter if it makes sense. It's more fun if it doesn't. Huh.
I like the first two and number 4 particularly. All sound pretty good, though.
Blather around. A pop culture guessing game where nothing sounds quite right. It's a good, fun time experience. Which one should we do first?
I like the first two, I guess.
We can do
I like
Quiplash first.
Yeah, why not start with the first one?
Here you go. The code is CEAT.
I guess I'm gonna be a one-eyed purple square.
He was a one-eye, one-horn, flying purple people eater. So we have Alicia, Zila, Mad Hatter, Nominee, and Roy. And we have a few audience members with us. And you guys can still join us. The audience members get to vote for the funniest answers or the best answer.
All right, hold on. The rejected last line of the national anthem.
Don't read it. Don't read it.
Oh.
Keep it to yourself. Answer it.
Okay.
You got 18 seconds left to answer both of your questions.
I wasn't paying attention.
Just answer as fast as you can. 10 seconds.
I think
There
I
you
got
go.
the hang of it.
Come on,
I love
nominate.
the claymation. Other nominee.
I was worried about other things, so I wasn't playing the game.
That's all right. You can use a safety quip if it goes too fast. That's what I did for the first one.
Were there 3 questions? Because I only did 2, I think.
I only did 2 as well. I was only 2.
For some reason, for
Okay, both those are good.
A bar for corrupt politicians.
Epstein's Bar and Grill or the Fleece and Rob. Yeah, I couldn't help myself.
I went for Epstein's Bar and Grill.
The coolest kid in middle school is always the one wearing blank. Headphones or Attack on Titan uniform.
Okay.
Aww. Remember, kids, if it doesn't have blank, it's not anime. Either Rule 34 or 69.
There you go.
It doesn't have Rule 34. It's not anime.
Your cat can talk for 1 minute. What do you chat about? Dogs, or are you staring at me through you? There you go, Strider.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, Brad.
I panicked. I just wrote dogs.
I love the
Okay,
claymation
Brad.
effect. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animation's pretty spot on. It's really cool.
Not enough claymation in the world anymore. That's cool. You can see it moving. You can tell this was done with stop motion.
Have you played this before, Robin?
I played the first 2 games. This is the first time I'm playing Quiplash 3.
You're better than everyone else.
Sorry.
I think she's just
Same
clever
round,
at
but higher points. All right, everyone's in. What Santa elves do when the old man is sleeping? Ordering toys on Amazon or making dildos?
I think they order toys on that. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't encourage you. Whatever you
Maybe.
like.
That'd just be an ultimate FU if they did that, ordering toys on Amazon.
That is true.
Something you might overhear in the back cave. Don't stab him, or Ella, A, under my umbrella.
I don't really like either that much.
Yeah, I don't know what that other one is.
It's that one song, Umbrella. A, under my umbrella.
I was hoping they might do the hokey pokey in there.
I think that's what like somebody would do during the cave and it echoes. They're like, hey.
Oh, yeah.
The most depressing New Year's resolution. Creating a New Year resolution, or I shall leave my house this year for a haircut.
Well,
First one's so meta.
it's definitely haircut.
The most depressing New Year's resolution, creating a New Year resolution. Hey. Parents can't be too proud when their child turns out to be a prodigy at blank. Rule 34 art or making out in the parking lot?
Of course.
What does your son do for a living? He makes Rule 34 art. He's good at it.
And makes extortionately huge amounts through it on Patreon.
Makes out with people in the parking lot. He's good at it.
Remind me, Rule 34.
Basically, any animation that's made, if it exists, it has porn.
Oh.
A brutally honest theme for a valedictorian speech. Bullying and why you'll regret it. How the hell did I get here?
Get it.
Seriously,
Oh shit, it actually worked.
Name for a sleepover prank that is a little too cruel.
Saran wrap on the toilet?
Oh, come on. The Jeffrey Epstein experience, or but I voted for Trump on forehead. Oof.
Oh, that's a conservative one.
No politics, guys, but definitely oof.
That was my fault.
Knew it. Oh, you won from the audience vote.
I did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The main attraction of the worst opening ceremony in the Olympics history. FNAF robots or waifu pillow parade? So having Five Nights at Freddy's robots starting the opening ceremonies, or having a pillow parade of waifus.
Thank you for explaining the FNAF.
Waifu pillow parade. I just went with my gut instinct on that one, but both of them were good responses.
Hey. Nom, 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 nom. They're supposed to make that sound when you get the answer. Nom, 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 nom. The weird hazy ritual astronauts must endure on their first space mission. Looking out for aliens from the movie Aliens. Mental endurance testing with Kesha Marathon. Ooh. I kind of don't want to choose the Kesha one because of all the crap she had to go through.
Yeah, I actually like Kesha, but I'm going to talk her about my favorite songs. Sorry, go ahead.
Like, apparently, like, she was just pushed into making a lot of those songs. Because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're a party girl and just partying it up.
I find her character so fair. I talk about it a bit in my next live Strider list. I'm doing like my favorite songs, and that I love that about her character, that she just embraces like the character of who she is, and just with an almost joy. And I find that sort of traditionally negative stereotype that's embraced with joy so invigorating. Anyway, I'll get obsessive about that in my video.
3 words that could describe both a kiss and a sandwich: fishy, wet and miserable, and spiky. Spiky?
Depends if you have a beard.
I was thinking of teeth.
True.
Good work, Roy. Slippery wins the day.
Slippery, fishy, and moist. The 3 most common things people scream while skydiving out of a plane. Why did I do this? Shrieks and oh no. I can see my house from here.
Ah.
Yeah. And goofy holler.
Goofy holler is,
The 3 most annoying habits in the world. Sleeping with waffles, not waifus, 2020 becoming 2016, and listening to High School Musical.
Karen's yelling at employees.
Yep. Chewing loudly.
I like both those, honestly.
Alright. I'm gonna do waffles, not
2020
wafers.
was just the reboot of 2016.
I want there to be a male equivalent for Karens, but I don't know what it is, so I just call them Carls.
How many do we get? How many is that? Is that it?
Pretty much.
That
2
was
rounds
cool.
of questions, and then like the final round, and then the winner.
I don't know. I think that was a good length myself.
No.
Yeah. Can you hear this?
Yes.
That sounds great. That's perfect.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Robin did it.
Now I can't hear you guys.
Did it. Phantom's dancing. Robin did it. Robin did it. Yay.
Brad, I can't hear you.
Oh, I can hear me.
Brad, can't hear you.
I didn't do it. I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Well,
here.
Strider's having fun.
Oh.
Yep.
Can any of you hear me?
Yes. You just can't hear us. Robin, we can hear you. But you can't hear us. And my
For some
voice
reason, I
is...
can't hear Brad or Josh.
You can't have both. You can't have nice audio with music and hear us.
Oh, wait.
Arr, he'll be dancing like this for hours.
Yeah. Phantom
There we
Strider's
go.
good
For
at...
some reason, the speaker just kept... The speaker just kept going to my, what's it called?
I don't know. This could be the Phantom Strider dance show.
Yay! It just kept going to my microphone speaker for some reason. That was fun. That's
Yeah.
something I can do in the future on Twitch.
Yeah,
live
you and I
streams.
could do that
Jackbox 7.
anytime. Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. The next one I wanted to try was the superhero drawing one, where it gives you a name of a superhero and you have to just draw it with your imagination. Like Bunny Man. What would it look like to you?
I'd like to see it. I like the draw ones particularly. I remember those doodle ones are some of my favorite that you do sometimes on your live streams.
The drawful one, yeah.
Yeah, drawful.
Hey, yeah. We've been on for nearly 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Way too
So,
long.
Strider, anything you would like to say to the audience?
Oh, no, not really. Thanks very much for inviting me on, Robin and Balding Ewok. Brad, was it? Sorry, Brad? Yeah.
Yes.
Robin and Brad. Appreciate you inviting me on. Sorry about the mix-up. Yeah, it's been good fun.
Tell us about your, YouTube channel, where to go, and all that stuff.
Oh, I don't give people know me if they know me here. It's just like I don't do those self-promotion
You're the
stuff.
PhantomStrider.
Google PhantomStrider, I guess, and then work it out yourself.
Voice cartoons, PhantomStrider, something like that.
Cool. I'm
well-
Balding Ewok everywhere, and Anime America is here. I got some banners I made. Here we go. Check out Anime America merchandise, teespring.com/stores/anime
And the
America.
Sumi plushie.
Yes. Can't wait to get one. You can check out all of our live stuff whenever it is, which right now it's Sundays at 7:30. Facebook.com/Anime America page /live and YouTube.com Anime America podcast /live. Twitter is at Anime America. Instagram is at Anime America Podcast. There's all our stuffs. It's a lot of stuffs.
Lots of stuffs. It's also in our description box.
Yes. Thank you for joining us for another episode. And thank you so much, PhantomStrider. I hope that
My pleasure.
you can join us again. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know, to hang out, have fun, talk stuff. Cartoons.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah.
I'll try to remember what time you wake up next time.
Oh, that's all good. Yeah, we'll just get our time zones fixed up. Yeah.
All right. And join us next week.
Thank you all so much for watching. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Want to support the production? If you can only give a small amount to help us out, check out our Patreon page. Any amount you wish to give us goes towards our production needs, so anything you can give us helps us a lot. To keep up with the latest in Anime America stuff, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Tumblr. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe to Anime America for more awesome reviews and top 10 lists. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned to Anime America.